Kobe and I pushed one another to play some of the greatest basketball of all time, and I am proud that no other team has accomplished what the three-peat Lakers have done since Shaq and the Kobe Lakers did it. And yeah, sometimes like immature kids, we argued, we fought, we bantered or insulted each other with offhanded remarks, our feud. But make no mistake, even when the folks thought we were on bad terms, when the cameras were turned off, he and I would throw a wink at each other and say, let's go whoop some ass.
Portland has 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq! Kobe Bryant's 2 free throws and then a jumper gave the Lakers a 4-point lead. And now his assist to Shaquille O'Neal makes it a 6-point difference.
16, 13, and 2.5 blocks. No! The Mamba still has venom in those veins. Oh my goodness! And a technical foul.
Arguably the greatest duo in NBA history, the late great Kobe Bryant, the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, the best guard in the game, the best big in the game, on the same team, three-peat in 3 straight titles. What a time to be alive, man. We hopped on our Legend Kobe Bryant build, teamed up with a big, dominant post scorer to represent Shaq, and we took over the park, man. We're going to look back at some of the best Kobe and Shaq memories throughout this video. I want everyone to comment on the video right now. Who do you think is the best duo in NBA history? Kobe and Shaq, Michael and Scottie, Magic and Kareem, the list goes on and on and on. For me, there's no debate. At their absolute peak, Kobe and Shaq, to me, is the best duo. Like, you have 2, honestly, at the time, you have the best and the second best player in the league on the same team. One's a guard, one's a big. It was unbelievable. For anyone that witnessed it, it was literally unbelievable how dominant they were during that three-peat. Now, obviously, they didn't always get along. Things didn't always, go smoothly. But when it came down to it, they got the job done. They won 3 straight championships, and they were taking out some really, really good teams along the way. Those Kings teams that they had to get past were really good teams. The Spurs were obviously there with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. Like, they were going through some juggernauts during those three-peats. And what I think deserves a lot of credit is the fact that once they, they split, they had the turmoil, the arguments, all that. Once they split up, they both went on to win championships. Shaq went to the Heat, he won another ring. Kobe stayed with the Lakers, won 2 more rings. So, it's like not only they won together, but even when they separated, they still were able to go win championships. So, and they both deserve a ton of credit for that. But let's talk about the gameplay real quick. So this first gameplay, I'm on my Legend Kobe Bryant build. So you guys know it's the shooting, finishing, basically scoring machine build, but I made it at small forward, so it got a different name. But basically, it's a 6'6", shooting, finishing, but the playmaking is upgraded so that you can handle the ball. Legend Kobe Bryant build. Now, to represent Shaq, I hit up my boy Hunted like Wilt, who has an interior force. He's a really, really good competitive playing post scorer, plays in WR and all that type of stuff. So I knew that, we could team up, we'd be able to make it work in terms of not only just winning games, we could win games on the twos, no problem, but trying to play like Kobe and Shaq. Like you guys see, we're trying to get those little alley-oops, like, remember against Portland when Kobe hit the crossover, drove in, threw it up, alley-oop to Shaq, like I showed in the intro, making plays like that so it looks as close to Kobe and Shaq as we can. Now, I could have put the afro on Kobe, but I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I didn't really love any of the face creations that I found for Afro Kobe. He kind of, he kind of looked like, it didn't look like Kobe. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go with the number 24 Kobe. It's all good. And then Shaq, Shaq looks like Shaq. Big, bald head, basically, it's Shaq. He looks the same as he did when he played, basically. But, so the first gameplay was basically, I was the main ball handler. I was the one scoring. You see the contact dunk, shooting threes, all that type of stuff. But gameplay number 2, I wanted, this was mine. The second gameplay was Shaq. And there's a few things, oh my God, contact dunking all over people. But there's a few things with the Shaq gameplay that I want to address. And please stick around, okay? Because there's a big point to be made about 2K after this gameplay ends. So Shaq's gonna back up, throw me the lob. I get the two-handed alley-oop. So we dropped 14 that game. That was like the Kobe game to take over, right? So I had 14 points. I think I had a couple assists on the lobs, stuff like that. Now gameplay number 2. I want to show you, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know, especially competitive players, but post scoring in this game, not just post scoring, because I don't want this to seem as a shot at post scorers. I'm talking about post scoring, close shots, post fades that are from close shot distance, and post hooks, okay? So as a lot of you guys know, I just played in the NBA 2K League 3v3 tournament. We beat the Knicks Gaming, we beat T-Wolves Gaming, and then we ended up losing 2-1 to Celtics Gaming in the quarterfinals. And watching my games back, but not necessarily my games because it wasn't that big of a factor, but watching the other games, post scoring in this game is completely broken. Now it's 3v3, so it's not like anyone was playing with a post scorer. Now, as you're gonna see, listen, I understand from a post scorer's perspective, right? Like Honey Like Will is representing Shaq. He's taking his man down low. He's got the size advantage. He's shooting hooks over him, drop stepping him, doing whatever he's doing. I get it. It should be efficient and effective. If you put a 6'8" player on Shaq in real life in his prime, he's going to dominate all day long. So in the game, he should be able to do what he's doing right now. Here's where the issue comes into play. I watched a point guard, a 6'3" point guard, shoot post hooks in this 2K League 3v3 tournament and win a quarterfinal game. No, it was I think a quarterfinal game, or maybe a Sweet 16 game, I forget. But he beat a competitive team shooting post hooks and post fades from close shot distance on a 6'3" point guard. Now, like I said, if you got a 7-something foot tall center and you're doing that in the post and you're a post scorer, it is what it is. Kareem did it, Shaq did it. We could say it's realistic. But for a 6'3" point guard to be doing it over lockdowns and centers because of how broken close shots is, then that's a gameplay mechanic issue. There's no way it should happen. And this isn't like sour grapes or like I'm salty because it didn't happen to me. I didn't lose. We just got outplayed. I witnessed somebody lose to this from a 6'3" point guard shooting post hooks and post fades from 3 feet away from the basket because close shots are so broken in this game. Now, mind you, there was a lot of let's go with complaining about it. But you got to realize this 3v3 tournament, there's $25,000 on the line. Like, you know, first place gets a prize, second place gets a prize. Depending on how far you advance, you get a prize, you get prize money. There's a lot of money on the line. People want to, obviously, listen, we're playing 2K, but if you could win some money, you want to win some money. Dudes are losing out on money because a 6'3" point guard is going into the post. Listen, it wasn't like that was the game plan, but they would run pick and roll, pick and pop. They would get boxed up, and then as a bailout, he would go into the post and shoot a post hook, making a 100% contesteds because of how broken close shot is in this game, how broken post hooks are in this game. I don't know, man. I'm just pointing it out. I got a platform here. I'm just saying it. 2K's got to do something about that. At least, I don't know if they can fix it this year, but for 2K21, they got to fix it. Now, like I said, I'm not talking about post scores. Shaq should be able to do it. Honey Like Wilt on his post scoring Shaq build, Wilt build, whatever you want to call it. I get it. I'm not saying a 7-foot center shouldn't be able to post hook over a 6-foot guard. That absolutely should happen. But vice versa, a 6'3" guard doing it over a 7-foot center, I'm thinking there's something wrong with that, and I think everyone can agree. All right, so enough of a rant. My bad. I kind of went off there, but I had to mention it because I have the platform, and I want the game to be as good as possible, and I think you guys do as well. So hopefully, if I mention it and other people mention it and a lot of people talk about it, maybe 2K will do something. I don't know if, like I said, if they could do it this year, but at least for 2K21, we could get that corrected. So gameplay number 1, I was taking over on my Kobe build. Gameplay number 2, as you can see, I'm just dumping it down to the big fella, letting Shaq dominate, and that's what was so vicious and dangerous and just lethal about these two is either one of them could completely take over a game and win a game by themselves, and they were both on the same team, which is just scary for scary for opposing teams, because if one doesn't beat you, the other one will, and a lot of nights that's what happened, and that's how they won that 3-peat. They were just so dominant between the two of them. But listen, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, man. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know what other duos you guys want to see, and I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. Y'all have a good day. I'm out. Peace.